Welcome back to Answers for Elders. Here's Suzanne.
And welcome back, everyone, to Answers for Elders Radio Network. Here at Skyline Retirement Living, we're doing a remote broadcast for all of you, and we're very excited to share the holiday season with this amazing community, and it's such a treat for me to be here. And I am here with Brooke Kasten, who's the Associate Executive Director of Skyline Retirement. And Brooke, you've been here for how long?
I've been here for 2 years, but I've been in senior living since 2009.
Wow!
Yeah.
So you've been around about as long as I have in this industry,
yeah. And actually mostly in healthcare. So
there you go. Yeah. And we're going to talk about healthcare this segment. So obviously, one of the concerns or reasons why people get involved in senior living is there may be needs for healthcare, and there's very different types of needs for a senior. There's no cookie cutter solutions. We have to be responsive in the industry to meet the unique needs of everyone. And Brooke, you guys spend a lot of time having that continuum of care. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about, your healthcare program.
So we have an actual whole tower specifically towards our healthcare unit. So that's the building that houses our assisted living, our memory care, and our skilled nursing.
Wow.
So we can provide care anywhere from, honestly, we have couples that live in assisted living where one member of the couple receives no care at all. They just want to live with their spouse and didn't want to physically provide the care, all the way to 24-hour nursing care, under the management of our medical director.
And, that's important. Families, couples, they want to stay together.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you go into a community and they say, well, if someone needs more care or an extreme amount of care, then oftentimes it means that they have to split up, and that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
You've got a program where that doesn't happen.
Yeah. So, someone could stay in their independent apartment and just walk over, or sometimes they choose to move with the spouse, just whatever's more comfortable.
Yeah, whatever's easier, right? And the thing is it's the best quality of life for both, and that's the thing that is important. And in your healthcare, when you do the healthcare program, obviously we've got assisted living, which we talk about the activities of daily living, which are basically the 7 areas of living, which is bathing, grooming, dressing, helping with medications. I know that errands sometimes need to be run, different things like that. You guys have a full service in that area, do you not?
We do. Yep. And, again, people are just getting the help that they need and nothing extra.
Yeah. And so if someone comes into assisted living, what kind of care can they expect to receive?
So, like I said, you could just live in assisted living and somebody comes in and gives you your medications and leaves you alone for the rest of the day. Or we can help you with your bathing, help you get dressed in the morning, make sure you get down to meals. But generally, you can handle living in your apartment just fine.
Right.
Or we can go all the way to using mechanical lifts.
That's awesome.
Doing catheter care and wound care and all kinds of stuff.
And obviously, as a adult child that is concerned about their loved one, how do you keep in touch with families?
A lot of it's just phone calls, just checking in. We do regular care conferences and check-ins and things like that. But a lot of it's just, we're trying to get people to come in and be here after COVID. And so we're hoping as many in-person interactions as we can.
Absolutely. And, and thinking about if you're a family and you're wanting to know, like, what all is involved, the great place to start, I think, is to pick up the phone and call communities like Skyline. The thing that's really exciting about that is you can learn all kinds of information. You can come take a tour even before you go see, talk to your parents about maybe a change or something like that. I think one of the biggest fears and concerns for someone that may think about moving into senior living is that they feel like, it's that fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
They don't know what to expect. But having that friendly face to meet you and your staff, Brooke, it means a lot to families. And I'm sure you build relationships with the families.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And so obviously when someone comes in and they need health care, you do an assessment. How does that work?
So we have here we go. We have our nurses do an assessment. So they'll do a pre-assessment before somebody moves in. And that gives us a general idea of the care that someone will need. And then we redo it again after 14 days. So it's always nice, to see what actually happens. And sometimes we end up adding more care and sometimes we end up taking it away. Saying, we're not actually doing that for this person.
And it's not necessarily needed what they think. Or, or, what I've seen is because they're getting the proper care they need, sometimes they revitalize themselves and now they're more active. They're doing things more, so they don't need help in certain ways that they thought when they were at home.
Exactly. And I think the piece we see there a lot is medication management. Once they start getting all of their medications exactly when they're supposed to be given, a lot of times we end up not needing to provide as much care.
Yeah. And so certainly for us, we're excited to learn a little bit more about Skyline Retirement and just to take the time to understand the whole process. So if a husband and wife comes in and maybe the wife has like dementia, maybe it's the beginning stage. How do you assess that? And what's the process of bringing them in?
So it's the same general process. We'll do some cognitive testing, especially if the spouse is going to be with them. Often they'll just move in together to one of the assisted living apartments, and then we'll just care plan around, what it is they're forgetting to do. Is it just that they're forgetting to, get dressed at the right time in the morning, or are they somebody who's actively exit seeking? So we just care plan around it and make sure that we have everything in place. If the spouse wants to leave, then that they're all taken care of.
Well, and it's nice to know too, I think, is the fact of never having to feel the stress of, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to move if these things happen to me. There's that fear always, I think, with families of, wow, if I bring mom in and she's going to be in this community, how long can she last till we have to make a change? This is something that's absolutely flows through the process. And you get to build relationships, and that quality of life is huge.
Yeah, and, to your point, as a not-for-profit, we do have a benevolent care fund. So, if our residents do just completely run out of money, they're never going to have to leave.
I love that. I love that. And that's the piece where I think is so important with a community like this, is having the ability to come in at a ground level situation, pay a fraction of what you would pay in a normal retirement community on a monthly basis. But the nice thing about it is that you never have that concern. You always have a community that you're around, and that you get to know people. Now you have, obviously with 3 towers, you have a huge amount of residents. How many apartments do you have?
We have 100, basically 100 healthcare units and about 200 independent units.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Well, Brooke, in the meantime, how do we reach you for those that are listening?
So the phone number is 206-407-1700.
And Brooke, you and I, we're going to be back right after this.
We at Answers for Elders thank you for listening. Did you know that you can discover hundreds of podcasts in our library on senior care? So visit our website and discover our decision guides that will help you also navigate decision making. Find us at answersforelders.com.